Top 5 things you should know before becoming a mechanic or technician in 2021. Um, and a lot of stuff I'll probably ramble about, and a lot of stuff I probably already went over, and it's kind of redundant. But you know, we're starting the new year off. We got to start off with new information. Um, you go on like UTI and trade schools and I can't even think of what all they are, but man, they've got these fancy videos and they show you doing all this hot rod work and performance work and this and that and the other thing, and they make it look really good. I mean, you can look up the UTI video and it makes it look awesome, And granted, it is fun. I've made a lot of money doing it. I have worked on some cool cars, but most of the time I'm just working on people's passenger cars and the county pickup trucks that I work on. We've got a couple cars, but I mean, that's kind of the cream of the crop work. That's the top. That's the just 1%er type work. We're doing all the grunt work and the maintenance work and repair work. So it's not as charming, and it's not as for a better word, it's just not that cool. But it is cool because I love it. And you've got to have that state of mind that you want to work on cars, and you have the mechanical mind, and you can work on cars, which I think everybody can learn it. You just have to want to learn it. So yeah, kind of don't pay a whole lot of attention to those videos. Watch them because they are awesome. But that's not the stuff you do every day. Day in, day out. You got to take the bad with the good. But you will see some cool cars. You'll get to do some neat performance stuff. But most of the time, yeah, that's not what you do. But so that's number 5. Number 4 is this work is dangerous. I mean, it is very dangerous. You're exposed to a lot of chemicals. You're exposed to cars falling off racks. I've seen it happen. I've never been involved in one, but I was right next to one, which was kind of scary. It was a big old van back in the day when they did a lot of customized vans, and they had the big rectangle straight up and down windows, and we had these big metal bins. It was in a muffler shop. We had these big metal bins we kept muffler clamps in, and the van shifted, and it was an old 2-post rack. So there was a post on the front, post on the back. Well, it slid on the front, so it just went, and man, those bins went right through those windows. It was crazy. It just sounded like an explosion, and yeah, that was not fun. Felt bad for the guy that was doing it. He just wasn't paying attention, and you've got to pay extra attention to everything, especially when you're racking these cars up. When you get them racked up, get them a couple feet off the ground, bounce the front bumper, bounce the back bumper, shake that car till it just won't have it. Make sure it's not going to slide off that rack, because it will hurt you. I worked with a guy that lost one of his fingertips because a rack slipped on it. He had it overloaded with a big old dump truck. So yeah, it's dangerous. Just wear your safety glasses, wear gloves, wear a hat if you can, even just a regular hat. I mean, a hard hat would be great, but I know I'm 6'2". I can't fit underneath a car with a hard hat on. But if you can wear one, that's great. But yeah, and just watch out for sharp objects. I just did it here recently this summer. I ran up under a big, what they call a Vector truck, and there was a big plate that had a bunch of hydraulic stuff bolted to it, man, and it just whacked my head wide open. So yeah, you just got to be very, very, very extra careful. Use all your safety equipment. Yeah, you just got to take care of yourself. The other thing that it's hard on, it's hard on your body, just period, because it's really hard on your back. You're tangled up underneath the dash. You look like some kind of contortionist sometimes, and it's hard on your feet. It's just hard on your body. I've had multiple hernias. I've had stitches. I've had stuff drilled out of my eyes. Like, that's probably why this eye's always dry anymore. But yeah, you just got to be very, very careful. But it can be done, and it's a good time. It's good money. But anyway, yeah. The other thing that's hard on is it's a very stressful job. Um, you're dealing with customers. You're dealing with safety issues. You want to make sure the car's safe when it leaves. You're dealing with your boss. You're dealing with your co-employees. Yeah, it's very, very stressful job. Very, very stressful work. I live in the Midwest in Ohio, and we go from it'd be 100 degrees out there in the summertime, and then in the wintertime it'd be below zero, and there's snow and slush and salt and mud just dripping off the car and getting all over you. It's horrible. And most of your garages aren't air conditioned. And a lot of them don't even have good ventilation. But man, do yourself a favor in the summertime, buy yourself a fan. And in the wintertime, get you some. Hopefully your uniforms are good and warm. I wear these fire retardant, clothes for work. So these are pretty thick. They're pretty warm. The pants are pretty warm. But I know a lot of the uniforms aren't, man. The wind will just blow right through them. So, be prepared to put some thermal underwear on, and, extra socks. Excuse me. If you can, keep an extra pair of boots, extra pair of socks in your toolbox so your feet get wet. Man, I don't know about you, but when my feet get wet, my day is done. I can't do anything. My body just does not like that at all. So, but yeah, it's just, that's the stressful part of the job there for sure. But yeah, the other thing is, the money that you're going to have invested in tools and education and the time you're going to have invested in it. I mean, they're going to want you to work 10 hours a day, 5-6 days a week sometimes, and then, some days there's going to be a job that you have to get done and you're going to have to stay late, and, you're going to miss stuff at home. You're going to miss stuff with your kids. You're going to miss stuff with your family. And the toolboxes is, crazy. And then, another thing is the liability of the work. You've got to pay extra attention to what you're doing because, if, say you do a brake job and you leave a caliper bolt out or something, the customer goes out and wrecks the car. Not only is the shop liable, but the customer can actually sue you personally also. So you have to, if you ever second guess yourself about leaving a bolt loose or something, man, run out in the parking lot and check that thing. Now, 99 out of 100 times it'll be tight, but I can't tell you how many times I've pulled a car out for doing an oil change and I'm like, oh man, did I tighten that, the drain plug? I'll grab some wrenches. I'll run out there and get under that baby and give her a yank. And like I said, there has been a couple times where I didn't have it tight. So, if you ever second guess yourself, make sure you check your work. Don't ever just say, oh, it's fine. It's fine. Because, man, you can get in a lot of trouble. I mean, a lot of trouble in this, industry. But, the pay, most of the time, the pay is what they call flat rate time, which is, if you're doing a water pump, and the labor book says 2.2 hours, that's all you're going to make is 2.2 hours. So if you take 4, then you're only making half of whatever your hourly rate is because you've taken twice the amount of time. Usually you can get it done in about half the time. If you look at one that says 2 hours, you should be able to get it done in an hour and make good time on it and not mess anything up. And you'll make good money and the shop will make good money. So, but man, just the main key is just slow down, pay attention, make sure you put everything back where it goes, and you'll do good. I promise you will. And I'm here along the way. You guys got any questions? I'm gonna show some little tips and tricks along the way, and so yeah, it's gonna be a good year. We're all gonna make some money. I know I touched on the tool stuff. The money you're gonna have invested in tools. I'm gonna do a video, and I've already researched a bunch of stuff. I'm going to do a video where I'm going to have a $300 budget on buying tools to get started out with, and I'm going to give you, my idea of what you should have to get started, and you can make money with it. I'm going to have a tool set, voltometer, pretty much everything you're going to need to start making money doing, undercar work, brake work, everything. I'm gonna, you're gonna have a little voltometer for testing batteries and checking sensors and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I'm probably going to raffle that stuff off for when I get new subscribers and whatnot. I'll probably do. I think I'm at 90 now. I'm probably going to do one when I hit 100, and then I'll go on from there. But yeah, I'm gonna show you. You can spend about $300 and get everything you need to get started. And you can start making money, and then buying the other, the new, the extra stuff, the diagnostic stuff, the stuff to make it easier. It's like when I go out to work at my buddy's house and stuff, I just have one of them little fold open cobalt kits, and I get most everything done. So that's coming. Just want to let you know. All right, get out there and fix something.